The Steducentre Grade 9 2015 A&A Exam Review Maths Part 1. Question 1.1. Which one of the decimal numbers is equal to 3 over 5? Is it A, 0.8, B, 0.6, C, 0.53, or D, 0.35? To convert a fraction to a decimal, here are some steps one can follow. Step 1. Find a number that you can multiply by the bottom of the fraction to make it 10, or 100, or 1,000, or any of the ones followed by zeros. Step 2. Multiply both the top and the bottom by that number. Step 3. Then write down just the top number, putting the decimal point in the correct spot. One space from the right-hand side for every zero in the bottom number. Example, convert 3 over 4 to a decimal. Step 1. We can multiply 4 by 25 to become 100. Step 2. Multiply the top and bottom by 25. Step 3. Write down 75 with the decimal point 2 spaces from the right because 100 has 2 zeros. So your answer is equal to 0.75. So the decimal that equals to 3 over 5 is B, 0.6. So if you did 3 over 5 times 2 over 2, you'd end up with 6 over 10, and the decimal will be 0.6. Question 1.2. 4 over 100 plus 3 over 1,000 is equal to what? A, 0.043, B, 0.1043, C, 0.403, or D, 0.43. If you had to do the fraction sum 4 over 100 plus 3 over 1,000, you could say 4 over 100 times 10 over 10 plus 3 over 1,000. This will give you 40 over 1,000 plus 3 over 1,000, which will give you 43 over 1,000. And if you convert this to a decimal, it will equal to 0.043. You had to find the lowest common multiple, which was 1,000, and then you needed to convert to the decimal by dividing by 100. So the answer for 1.2 is A, 0.043. Question 1.3. Which of these shows how 36 can be expressed as a product of prime factors? Is it A, 6 times 6, B, 4 times 9, C, 4 times 3 times 3, or D, 2 times 2 times 3 times 3? Now, a prime number is a whole number which can only be divided by itself and 1. A prime number must have exactly 2 factors. Between 1 and 100, these are the following prime numbers: 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29, 31, 37, 41, 43, 47, 53, 59, 61, 67, 71, 73, 79, 83, 89, and 97. A factor is a number or quantity that when multiplied with another produces a given number or expression. Prime factors. Every number can be written as a product of prime numbers. Remember, product means times or multiply. For example, 40 can be written as 2 times 2 times 2 times 5. 126 can be written as 2 times 3 times 3 times 7, and 28 can be written as 2 times 2 times 7. The answer for question 1.3 is D, 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. That will show how 36 is expressed as a product of its prime factors. 6 and 9 and 4 are not prime numbers. They have more than 2 factors. 2 and 3 are prime numbers. Question 1.4. Between which two consecutive integers is the value of the square root of 61? Is it A, between 6 and 7, B, between 7 and 8, C, between 8 and 9, or D, between 9 and 10? It is important for us to know our square roots. So the square root of 1 is equal to 1. The square root of 4 is equal to 2. The square root of 9 is equal to 3. The square root of 16 is equal to 4. The square root of 25 is equal to 5. The square root of 36 is equal to 6. Square root of 49 is equal to 7. The square root of 64 is equal to 8. The square root of 81 is equal to 9. And the square root of 100 is equal to 10. So the answer for 1.4, between which two consecutive integers is the value of the square root of 61, your answer will be between 7 and 8. Question 1.5. Which one shows the correct procedure for finding 1 over 5 minus 1 over 3? Is it A, 1 over 5 minus 1 over 3 is equal to 1 minus 1 over 5 minus 3? Is it B, 1 over 5 minus 1 over 3 is equal to 1 over 5 minus 3? Is it C, 1 over 5 minus 1 over 3 is equal to 5 minus 3 over 5 times 3? Or is it D, 1 over 5 minus 1 over 3 is equal to 3 minus 5 over 5 times 3? You need to find the lowest common denominator for 3 and 5, which is 15. We know that 3 times 5 is equal to 15 and 5 times 3 is equal to 15. Whatever you multiply each denominator with in order to get to our lowest common denominator of 15, you must multiply the numerator with the same number. In this case, 1 over 5 minus 1 over 3, the process that will be followed will be 1 over 5 times 3 over 3 minus 1 over 3 times 5 over 5. So it will be 3 over 15 minus 5 over 15. 3 minus 5 over 15 will give you 3 minus 2 over 15. So your answer, if you did the actual fraction, would be 1 over 15. The correct procedure for finding it would be D. 1 over 5 minus 1 over 3 is equal to 3 minus 5 over 5 times 3. Which of these number sentences is true? Is it A, 3 over 10 of 50 is equal to 50% of 3? Is it B, 3% of 50 is equal to 6% of 100? Is it C, 50 divided by 30 is equal to 30 divided by 50? Or is it D, 3 over 10 times 50 is equal to 5 over 10 times 30? 3 over 10 of 50 is equal to 15, and 50% of 3 is equal to 1.5. So A is false. 3% of 50 is equal to 1.5, and 6% of 100 is equal to 6. So B is false. 50 divided by 30 is equal to 1.67, and 30 divided by 50 is equal to 0.6. So C is false. 3 over 10 times 50 is equal to 15, and 5 over 10 times 30 is equal to 15. So the answer for D is true. Question 1.7. A workman cuts off 1/5 of a pipe. The piece he cuts off was 3 meters long. How many meters long was the original pipe? Was it A, 8 meters, B, 12 meters, C, 15 meters, or D, 18 meters? If one piece is equal to 3 meters and we have 5 pieces, therefore we must multiply 3 meters with 5 to know the length of the actual pipe. So the correct answer would be C, 15 meters. Question 1.8. What does xy plus 1 mean? Does it mean A, add 1 to y, then multiply by x? Or B, multiply x and y by 1? Or C, add x to y, then add 1? Or D, multiply x by y, then add 1? It is very important to know your BODMAS rules. So it's brackets first, then orders, then division or multiplication, and then addition or subtraction. In the question, x and y must be multiplied first and then you add. So the correct answer is D. Question 1.9. In the coordinate plane below, which point could have the coordinates 2 and minus 4? Is it P, Q, S, or R? The numbers on a coordinate grid are used to locate points. Each point can be identified by an ordered pair of numbers, that is, a number on the x-axis called an x-coordinate and a number on the y-axis called a y-coordinate. Ordered pairs are written in parentheses, that's brackets. So it will be parentheses x-coordinate, comma, y-coordinate, close parentheses. The origin is located at parentheses 0, 0, parentheses. Note that there is no space after the comma. In our example, the correct answer is C for R because the x-coordinate is at 2 and the y-coordinate is at -4. Question 1.10. We are given the lines AB and CD and are told that they are parallel. We are then asked to find what the value of T is. Is it A, 50 degrees, B, 60 degrees, C, 70 degrees, or D, 40 degrees? It's very important to know the rules of a triangle. Let's start with the interior angles of a triangle. The sum of the interior angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. So A plus B plus C, if angles are added together, it will give you 180 degrees. The exterior angle of a triangle. The exterior angle of a triangle is always equal to the sum of the two interior opposite angles. The exterior angle is obtained by extending one side of the triangle. So A is equal to B plus C. With equilateral triangles, an equilateral triangle has all sides equal in length and all angles equal at 60 degrees. So A is equal to 60 degrees. An isosceles triangle. An isosceles triangle has two sides of equal length. The base angles are equal. So A is equal to B. The angle to the left of 70 degrees on the line CD is 60 degrees. This is because it has a corresponding angle of 60 degrees on line AB. Interior angles of a triangle will always equal to 180 degrees. So T is equal to 180 degrees minus 60 minus 70, which is equal to 50 degrees. So the correct answer is A, 50 degrees. Thank you for watching the Steducentre, turning ordinary learners into extraordinary leaders.